Hey, thanks for joining us here on our 36th installment of Buster's Glitch Ass Gaming Podcast. I'm Tony Flowers, and I'm joined by the guy who was recently cast to play Tingle in the live-action Legend of Zelda movie, Oscar Warrior. Welcome, brother.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am wearing green spandex, or at least I wish I was.
Yeah, I heard you didn't even have to audition. They called you.
They found me via the internet, which I'm pretty sure is illegal in some states, but yeah, they found me. I didn't go to them. And you know what? I graciously accepted.
Miyamoto called you personally and was like, "Hey, dude, I got this role that you were born to play this role.
You were born for Tingle, bro."
If anybody out there who doesn't know who Tingle is, yeah, look him up. He's great.
Yeah, he's a funny looking character. Just like me. Apparently I look like him.
If any of us had balls, we would all dress like Tingle for Halloween at work.
I have balls.
They would be on full display if you dress like that guy at work.
Oh no, that is so funny. How's your week been, bud?
It was good. Last night was awesome, man. Hanging out with you guys. A bunch of us got together at Oscar's place. They hosted. It was kind of like a little late Christmas get together with us. It was very nice. Overall, just wonderful. We got to play some Plunder. I brought Plunder. We played some Fire Tower. We played fucking the Jackbox games. Those are always a fucking riot, man. I love those.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about that one drawing that Tanya did. It had me laughing so hard, bro. It had me laughing to the point where I couldn't breathe.
Which one was it that
It was the guy that was like sunbathing.
Oh yeah, and it looked like he was just jerking off his meter-long dick.
Yeah, it still has me giggling this morning.
Oh yeah, there was some great moments. There was also Kevin's drawing when it was like draw yourself. He just drew kind of like a stick figure face about to eat it. He looked so enthusiastic about it. It was hilarious.
Dude, Kevin's an artist. He had the angle right and everything.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was a wild night, but it was a good time.
Yeah, awesome night. Did you end up killing all those glizzies because you had a lot of leftovers?
No, I think we still have a ton of leftovers.
Jesus.
We couldn't have them for breakfast, bro. I need a break, maybe for dinner, but not for breakfast.
Yeah.
But those glizzies were delicious.
Definitely. So yeah, like we do have a pretty big show here, so we're gonna jump right into it. We want to make you, the listeners, a bigger part of the show. So we're launching a weekly TikTok post dedicated entirely to your feedback. Whether you've got a burning question or a hot take on this week's news, rumors, leaks, releases, drop us a comment on our latest post. You can also talk with us about anything. I can't stress that enough. It doesn't have to be gaming related, so feel free to pick our brains. We'll be grabbing our favorites each week to plug directly into the episode. I'll also make sure to include a link to our TikTok page in the description right under the timestamps because I haven't been doing that, so got to do that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we posted one for this week's episode, today's episode, and Hondro had a question for us. He said, would it be a good idea if consoles got remastered? We have remastered games for the latest consoles, but would y'all ever pick up a remastered GameCube or a PSP? And he continued with, so this is all I have to do, ask a question? Nice.
Yes, sir. That's all you got to do. Anything that piques your interest, just please send it our way.
Definitely. So what say you? Would you fuck with a remastered console, Oscar?
As far as remasters go for consoles, I don't think it's a realistic thing, but if it was a possibility, I would probably fuck with the GameCube.
I'm going to say my answer would be absolutely yes, but I don't have much of a physical library of games anymore. If you haven't heard of these before, look into FPGA consoles. They're basically remastered consoles. Exactly what Hondro's talking about here. They recreate the original circuits on a hardware level and play your old cartridges with zero lag. Look up the company Analog. That's the main one that popped up for me. Look up Analog. And while you're doing that, I'll kind of give everyone a brief idea what it is. So basically, this company alone has a big lineup of remastered consoles. They have the Analog 3D, for example, that plays your N64 carts. It's compatible with the entire N64 library in 4K and you can either use your old N64 controllers, any of the accessories, whatever, they're all compatible with it, or there's an 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller that comes with it, or that's for it. I'm not entirely positive.
I think they partnered with 8BitDo to kind of create an N64 controller that works with the analog.
Yeah, and
3D.
it looks way more comfortable than the old school
Oh,
N64 controller.
absolutely.
It's not like the little boomerang thing with the little dick in the middle of it.
No, the three prong like controller. No, it's a controller that's like a traditional like Switch Pro controller.
Yeah.
Essentially, but it doesn't have like the right C stick. It has like the directional buttons and AB, your standard AB and start buttons from the N64. It looks really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. These guys, like, their products are fucking awesome, and I would absolutely buy one. But for me, buying one means that I'd also have to build my library of physical games back up to justify it. But yeah, they have one. They have one for the NES, the SNES. They have one for GameCube. I'm sorry, not GameCube. For fuck's sake, the Game Boy. It plays like all manner of Game Boy games. And I know that you're way more into the physical realm of gaming than I am. So if you have a decent little library of classic games that you'd like to play on a remastered console, yeah, you might want to look more into these guys, but they're also kind of pricey, if you ask me.
They are. Yeah,
I totally
they can
get
be.
it. I get it, but yeah, it's kind of tough to justify that cost. They're in the hundreds, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. But
And
yeah.
if I'll add this on top of that, if you didn't want to go that route, you can also just mod your previous consoles. There's mods that you can do for adding like an HDMI port, so that way you can play it natively instead of having to like jerry rig something, get like those adapters. You can just get a little mod chip, attach it to the board inside the GameCube, and it gives you the HDMI signal like that. And there's a bunch of other like crazy things that you can do with your old consoles just by modding alone. So like if you didn't want to go that route with really expensive hardware, you can do arguably the cheaper option and kind of like DIY it. If you're into that stuff.
Yeah, because it would definitely take a little bit of know-how. You might need sounds like you might need a soldering board or something handy and a little bit of know-how there. But yeah,
It's another great option.
yeah. Originally, when he asked this question, I was gonna mention the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, but they're technically just emulators with some modern touches like save states and stuff. So I don't think those really count. But yeah, thanks for writing in, Hondro. We really appreciate that, bud.
Yes, sir. Then we've got another question written in by Tiffany Venable asking, do you guys have any suggestions for two-player teamwork style games, such as It Takes Two, that I can play with my 12-year-old? Also, have you guys looked at or talked about the new Nex Playground gaming system for kids? I want to say the developers for It Takes Two has a newer game that came out recently, right? Called Split Fiction.
They sure did. Yeah, you're thinking
Yeah, right.
Haze Light Studio, man. Their games are awesome and exactly what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Split Fiction would be right up your alley.
I haven't played it myself, but from everything I've heard, it's exceptional. And some people are saying it's somehow even better than It Takes Two. So that should be the first one on your list. Absolutely. Yeah, good pick for that one.
I think, could you also do Stardew? Could you do that co-op?
Yes. Yeah, actually you
Yeah,
can.
right.
That's like one of the coziest cozy games there is right there.
Yeah, that is like S tier cozy game.
There's a game called Unravel 2 by Coldwood Interactive. That could be another good one for you too. You basically play as a couple of characters made out of yarn, and you have to work together to solve puzzles and navigate and stuff. If you're ready for some of the best puzzle solving available, it could be very rewarding to a 12-year-old's problem solving skills. You really truly can't do much better than Portal 2 by Valve. That's probably my top suggestion outside of Split Fiction. Is Portal 2. The co-op campaign is entirely separate from the single player story. So if your son ends up really loving it and wants more when you're not around, that's there, as well as the first Portal game. And that wouldn't really mess with your cooperative progress at all. Grounded by Obsidian Entertainment is one I've heard great things about. That's big on the Xbox. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're shrunken down and you're in a backyard and you have to build bases and fight off spiders and ants and shit. You gather resources, you defend your homestead. Apparently it's much more fun with other players, so that could be a good one for the two of you. And along that same vein is Sea of Thieves by Rare, if you want to get your pirate on together. that could be a great pick. There's it's a mode called Safer Seas where you don't have to worry about other players attacking you. It'll just be like a private session with you two and whoever you invite. But you have to work together to sail your ship. One person mans the helm and the other one tries to read the map, adjust the sails, load the cannons, all that shit. I've always wanted to play that one, but yeah.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves is really fun.
Did you get to play that
it. Yeah, I played it. I played it a couple years back. I haven't played it anytime recently. I want to say I picked it up in 2020 during the COVID crisis. But I would play it with Kevin and a couple of my friends, online friends that I shared a Discord with, and we would just honestly, bro, we would stay up late in the night just playing Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, and they've done a bunch of different cool collaborations. I remember most notably the Pirates of the Caribbean collaboration that they did in there. So cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more content from when I played as well. They I don't know if they've added anything recently, but they've been on a roll, just adding cool shit to the game.
Yeah, it's definitely improved over the years. And then about the Nex Playground, I had to do some research on that one. Have you heard of that?
Yes and no. The way I check the articles for the podcast is I go on Google News and I'll see an article every now and then about that thing. But I don't know why I do this, but I usually just ignore it because I try to go for like the video game type of articles. So I was kind of familiar with it in that way. This runs on its own like proprietary software, right?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like the Google Play Store or the Apple Arcade, where you can pay a monthly subscription and you get access to a bunch of little games there. But there's also some free ones that you can access.
Oh, nice.
I think. But yeah, it's like the Kinect where your body's a controller. It has like an AI-powered camera on it that can track up to 4 players, and the games are focused on different kinds of movement, dodging and running around in circles like a fucking maniac. And what I thought was cool is it does have a little privacy cover for the camera when you're not using it. And from what I've seen, you can find it for $200 or $250 depending on where you go. Yeah, so the paid subscription is called the Play Pass, and that subscription is, from what I found, $50 for 3 months or $90 for a year. So they're really trying to push you towards that year subscription there. Yeah. And they currently have over 50 games. They have like a Bluey game, a Peppa Pig one, Barbie, Sesame Street. Perfect for kids. They have some big deals for a bunch more coming later this year, like the Tiny Chef Show, Dude Perfect Trick Shots, an NBA game, a tennis game, a dinosaur game. I might get it for the dinosaur.
Nice. Hell yeah.
The roadmap even mentioned a trivia game for family game nights.
This sounds like a perfect family console, like one that everybody can use, And I feel like that's kind of what the Wii was back in the day. Yeah,
that's a good point, because that was a good introduction for kids. That kind of got them, up on their feet instead of just kind of like hunched over staring at a screen.
Exactly.
Like it was when we were kids. And it's also pretty great for, grandma and grandpa if they want to jump in. Yeah, it seems like a great introduction. It's been getting pretty stellar reviews too. And the only real negative I'm seeing is that some people just want to buy the games individually rather than pay the subscription fee.
Pay the subscription. That's fair.
And right now it doesn't look like there's an option for that. No telling if that'll ever change. But ultimately, it does sound like a pretty great product. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into it. Maybe get one myself. Next time we have a gathering, maybe we can try it. I mean, cool. It does sound like it's more geared toward people with small kids, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not like a party...
I don't think so. Yeah,
party game situation?
Most of the games that they mentioned are, ones that your child would love.
I'll still take a look at it. Yeah, it sounds really cool, though.
Yeah. So thanks for writing in, Tiffany. Venable, if that's how you pronounce it. It could be Venable. She could be... Venable. She could be low-key French. You can't just go around being low-key French. You got to own that shit. All right, I've got nothing here for the correction section, so let's get everyone synced up to this week's smaller headlines. Initiate the download. Nintendo has shadow dropped a major free update for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the Switch, adding Dixie Kong as a playable character in both single-player and local co-op. The update also adds a high-speed turbo attack mode and provides technical enhancements for those playing on the Switch 2, including 4K resolution support and faster load times. This is one of my all-time favorite games right here. I love Donkey Kong Country, and any updates like this are always very welcome. I'm not sure I'm ready to play it again just yet, though.
You'll get the itch one day. But I'm glad to see that DK is finally getting some love after years of silence. This is amazing.
Yeah, when I saw a Donkey Kong Country image pop up on my news feed, I was like, oh, what?
Oh my! You were like,
and it was just an update to one I already have, and I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
I guess I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball X Pit's first free major expansion, the Regal Update, arrives this week on January 26th, introducing 2 new playable characters, the Carouser and the Falconer, alongside 8 new ball types. 2 more free updates are to follow this year. That includes the Shadow Update in April and the Naturalist Update in July. Nice. Are you excited for this, Tony?
Oh, so excited. Yeah, I love Ball Pit. I gush about it in our Discovery of the Year episode, in case you guys haven't seen that. But it was my number 3 pick for Discovery of the Year. I highly recommend giving this one a shot, especially if you have Game Pass, because it is currently on there. So, yeah.
Plenty of opportunity for people to give it a shot. But yeah, when you talked about it in that episode, you made it seem as if the gameplay loop is highly, highly addicting.
It is. It is. For me, at least. That shit got its hooks into me so fast, and I couldn't wait to keep playing. I was thinking about it when I wasn't playing it and all that. Yeah. Great game. Sega has officially kicked off Sonic the Hedgehog's 35th anniversary with a Fast Forever campaign featuring a roadmap of global events, including live orchestral concerts, museum exhibits, and even a podcast. But no fucking games. No games!
That's crazy.
The celebration is also set to include limited edition merchandise and digital content updates throughout 2026. So maybe some games later?
Maybe they're saving stuff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, I think our buddy Chris Chan is going to be really happy about this.
Yeah. all of the Chris Chans of the world rejoice.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to mention it.
No, it's okay. I totally get it. Sonic almost exclusively reminds me of the goddess of Quickville, Chris Chan.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can associate it with now.
You know, Knuckles has always been cool, but Sonic, he does not know Dewey.
He does not know Dewey. Oh my god, there's so many good memes, dude. Valve recently clarified that securing a verified badge for the upcoming Steam machine will be much easier than the current Steam Deck requirements. Because the new PC console hybrid has more powerful hardware than its handheld predecessor, developers won't have to jump through as many optimization hoops to prove their games just work on the big screen. Yeah, that kind of seemed, it seemed to me at the beginning anyway, that it was going to be much easier for them to optimize for this thing.
Yeah.
Which is good news. I think that'll help Valve a lot when it comes to actually releasing this thing.
Yeah. Turns out the secret to making a game work isn't better coding, it's bigger engine.
Mm-hmm.
As part of a new licensing deal between Sony and Netflix, the live-action Legend of Zelda movie is confirmed as an exclusive streaming title for the platform following its theatrical run. The film is currently slated for a May 7th, 2027 cinema release and will head to Netflix approximately 3 months later. Sony and Netflix teaming up with Nintendo for Zelda just sounds so fucking weird to me.
It does sound very strange, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
That's so weird. I kind of like that though, because now with it releasing on Netflix, that's just going to give a lot more people the opportunity to watch this movie.
Oh yeah. That's definitely a fucking day one theater for me personally. I got to see that in the theaters.
Yeah, but day one theater and then a rewatch on Netflix. Yeah, just like the Super Mario film.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Even though the Super Mario movies are a completely different partnership with who is it? Universal and Illumination. Netflix also has the same first look deal with them as they do with Sony, so they'll get the Mario Galaxy movie in the same fashion.
Nice.
Yeah, like fucking Netflix, dog. You need to chill.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Quit taking everything.
They're doing so good. In a recent interview with esports.net, Fallout London project lead Dean Carter suggested that Bethesda should consider selling the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls franchises, claiming the studio has gone one game too far. Carter argued that the writing quality has significantly declined and suggested the IPs may no longer be in the right hands, though he noted that hiring better writers could potentially save future installments. That sounds so funny to me. Gone one game too far.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude.
It's like, how dare you transgress against me?
They'll never sell either of those.
I don't think they'll ever sell. No, absolutely not. But do you share the same sentiment? Do you think the writing quality of the games has gone downhill, or?
I wasn't a huge fan of Fallout 4's writing, but the game itself was fun as hell. So yeah, they could definitely use some better writers. When you compare to New Vegas, for example, everybody loves Vegas. The writing, the choices, all that stuff, they did a killer job on that. So he's right in that they can probably use some better writing talent, but you know, he must have been goofing over fucking selling it. They're never going to do it. Both franchises have been insanely successful under modern Bethesda. You know, we can hate all we want, but they keep selling Skyrim over and over and over again because people keep fucking buying it.
Yeah. On everything.
Yeah, dude. Everybody has at least 2 copies of Skyrim. Everybody.
No, I only have one.
Bullshit.
I only ever bought one, and it's the only one I need. I bought it on PC.
Well, okay, yeah.
That's a piece. That is a PC ass game, and I'm never buying it on console.
Internal reports suggest Sony is developing a dockable handheld codenamed Project Canis to launch alongside the PS6, aiming to compete directly with the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch 2. Unlike the cloud-based PlayStation Portal, this device is rumored to run PS4, PS5, and PS6 titles natively using a new AMD-powered APU and specialized power-saving profiles found in recent PS5 firmware updates. I know we've talked about this thing before, but, you know, more info. It looks awesome. I'd absolutely love something like this.
Me too. I think Sony really needs a handheld console, honestly, because I think I wouldn't even really count Xbox in the game because the ROG Ally X isn't really Microsoft, so it was kind of just a collab thing, but like they're having to compete with the Steam Deck and Nintendo, and I think this would be such a good move for Sony, honestly.
Yeah, and it's kind of long overdue at this point. I feel like they've always been the most shameless about trying to recreate a better version of Nintendo products. And I'm just like, where's your fucking dockable handheld then, man?
Yeah. My expectation for this thing is to not be a streaming handheld. I want to be able to download my games directly to it and to be able to play my games from it, you know, natively. Downscaled a little bit, but I think Sony can, with the tech that's out nowadays, they can probably do something pretty significant with it.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
Valve has officially overhauled its AI disclosure rules for Steam, now exempting efficiency tools like code helpers and internal workflow AI from mandatory reporting. Essentially, developers only need to disclose AI use if it generates in-game assets, localization, or marketing materials. The change aims to provide better clarity for studios while keeping players informed about the AI slop or generated content they'll encounter while playing. I think this is generally a fair move.
Yeah, makes sense to me too.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of companies using AI just to kind of do like the grunt work, and not necessarily using it to generate like art or assets like in engine. Because I think at this point, I don't think AI can handle that, or if it does, it ends up screwing a lot of things up, you know, in the process.
Yeah, look at fucking Battlefield 6 with that. Like, you've seen that, right? People have found some very obvious AI generated unlockables in Battlefield 6. Have you seen those?
No, I'm not aware of this.
Okay, you'll have to. If I remember after the show, I'll send you some images. I'm like, God damn, dude, that's pretty blatant.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Holy hell.
Yeah, but even we used to use AI generated cartoon images of us when we first started the podcast, and that was during a time when we weren't even sure we'd ever do video. There was this one time I was doing timestamps, and I had just gotten us on Spotify, and so I tried to copy and paste my written timestamps for the YouTube video over onto Spotify, and there was a little pop-up saying like, dog, you need to put those in parentheses or they're not going to work over here in Spotify. And I'm like, oh, you know, so I was like, okay, instead of fucking just going in and just manually adding them, I just like highlighted the whole thing, put it into an AI, and I was like, can you fucking put like parentheses around all my timestamps here? And it was like instantaneous, and I was like, thank you, you know?
Yeah.
So I can imagine them doing shit like that to just kind of like, you know, just the
things
mundane.
For coding, most likely.
Yeah, anything that takes out the mundane bullshit and it's not like taking over your artistic expression in any way, I think that's totally fine. Totally fine.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think AI can ever replace artistic expression.
No,
ever.
man. I just wish that the people that had the power agreed with us, because I don't think they do.
No,
you know?
not at all. They're going to push for that to be able to generate artistic assets for their products.
Man. Yeah. sad. Rockstar Games has reportedly arranged an early play session for a terminally ill fan with 6 to 12 months to live, making sure they can experience GTA 6 before its release. The request was initiated by Ubisoft developer Anthony Armstrong on behalf of a family member, catching the attention of Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, who personally helped to make this happen. It's a rare, compassionate move Rockstar has made before, most notably for a fan during the development of Red Dead Redemption 2. This is very cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Yeah, and just to clarify for anybody who doesn't know, he's going to be getting a private in-person session with the game. He's not getting like an unfinished copy to take home or something like that. You know, it's likely going to be a demo or, you know, a little chunk, a little stabilized build of the game, you know, that he can play for a few hours under supervision of the devs or, you know, armed security.
In a private room somewhere, no windows. It's just a concrete room.
Yeah, that's not to take away from how nice this is. It's important to be kind and compassionate, and I think that's really awesome of them. They didn't have to do that. So,
speaking of Rockstar, emergency services rushed to Rockstar North in Edinburgh early Monday morning following a boiler room explosion that caused minor structural damage to the studio's headquarters. Fortunately, the incident occurred before work hours, so there were no injuries reported, and Rockstar has since confirmed that the studio remains open and operational, and that the malfunction has not disrupted development or the game's current November 19th, 2026 release date. What a coincidence that this kind of happens after the didn't they just fire a bunch of employees for wanting to, what's the word?
Onionize.
Onionize, thank you.
They needed more onions and they got fired.
Needed more onions. And then they made their boiler room explode.
Yeah, dude, like, you know what's funny is just minutes after this news went live, GTA 6 delayed was trending on Twitter.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man. But nothing's been confirmed yet, right? Like they're still on track.
They actually came out and said that it's fine. Like GTA 6 is still on track to come out in November, but watch them delay the game after all, and then just later on just renege on this whole thing and say the blast was worse than they initially thought.
It got the server room.
Yeah, I started seeing like a bunch of people posting like 2027 it is. That's all they were saying. 2028 it is.
That was my first thought too when I read the headline, the emergency services called to like Rockstar North. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, 2027. All right. CD Projekt Red has issued a DMCA takedown notice against the unofficial VR mod for Cyberpunk 2027. Did I say 2027? Mm-hmm. For Cyberpunk 2077 because the mod's creator Luke Ross tried locking it behind a Patreon paywall. CDPR noted that they would welcome the mod back as a free release with optional donations, but Ross has moved on to other projects, including a new VR mod for Baldur's Gate 3.
That's such a crazy thing to me.
I know, dude was like, well, that didn't work with CD Projekt. Let's try again with Larian.
Yeah, I think CD Projekt Red is in the right here.
Oh yeah, totally. They were even really gracious about it. I saw their exchange was posted on social media, and it looked like he was just kind of being a pompous asswipe about it.
Yeah,
you know,
like no, this is my. I was like, I deserve all financial.
Yeah, it's like, dude, because he's saying that the coding is all original, it's all his, but it wouldn't work without their fucking game. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't really get it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And Larian, I don't think he's going to have an easier time with them. They're pretty solid on their keep it free rule for mods. So I don't see them letting him slide. This guy's going to keep poking the bear. He's going to get bit.
Yeah, he's going to end up like that. Who was that feller that did something similar with Nintendo? He was like modding consoles.
Oh, yeah. And he was boasting about it too.
Yeah, you said, man, keep poking the bear. You're going to get the claws.
Yeah, he needs to take it easy. All right. But that's all we got for the download this week. Now that we're all synced up, let's move on to the release radar. Capcom announced that Monster Hunter Wilds will receive a major PC exclusive performance patch on January 27th, specifically targeting the mixed reception surrounding the game's optimization. The update includes new Steam-specific options to reduce processing load and addresses a community discovery where aggressive background DLC ownership checks were tanking frame rates. I just heard about that the other day. That's fucking wild. Another update is planned for February 18th, which will refine 3D model processing. This is all you, brother.
Yeah, it was so interesting with the DLC check thing and the coding, because it wasn't intentional. It was like a complete fuck up on Capcom's part, but not, like I said, not an intentional one. And it like, I think it checks like 1,000 times or something in the background every couple minutes.
Man.
And so it's just eating up a lot of your CPU's like processing power.
So yeah, so you should, once they patch that out, or at least get it under control, you're likely to see a huge difference.
Yeah. Digital Foundry, I believe, did a test with the mod that the person created to get rid of that DLC check. They say that you can get up to a 20 to 25% increase in performance by just having that mod. And if they fix it like the how the mod did it, then you can probably see a gain of maybe like 10 or 15 frames per second. And hopefully it also just helps the game kind of render things quicker in real time.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So good change. Can't wait to see more from Capcom. Finally, after an entire year. Square Enix and Deck 9 Games have officially revealed Life is Strange Reunion, set to launch on March 26th for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. This is a direct sequel to Double Exposure and serves as the definitive conclusion to the saga, featuring both Max and Chloe as playable leads. There will be no episodic format like in previous entries. Reunion will be released as a complete adventure on day one. Nice.
Very nice.
I'm going to be honest, I've never played Life is Strange. Are you familiar with these games?
I'm familiar with them. I haven't played them either. I've heard that the first game is really the only one worth a goddamn, but that it's actually worth like a big ass goddamn. Like it's
really
very, very good. But I haven't heard very good things about any of the other ones. So.
Oh no, that's a shame.
Yeah. Apparently it was like a lightning in the bottle type situation, and they just kept trying to recapture it in different ways, and it just wasn't happening. So I don't know. Hopefully fans of the series won't be disappointed by this one.
Yeah, hopefully Reunion is a good entry to the series.
Yeah. All right. Netmarble has officially delayed their open world RPG, The Seven Deadly Sins Origin, to an unspecified date in March. The developers said they'll use this additional time to address player feedback regarding UI complexity and control responsiveness following recent closed beta tests. They didn't say anything about polishing the kielbasa.
Polishing the kielbasa. Hell yeah. I've been noticing a lot of polishing going on with developers recently. I think this is a positive thing. Like I said, I've been noticing a lot of developers kind of taking their time with their games instead of kind of just pushing something out that's not yet completed. So good on Netmarble for pulling this one for a little bit.
Definitely. Yeah, that first impression matters, man. It's nice to see some places taking it to heart.
Yes, sir. And then next, we've got the Redacted Regiment Warbond for Helldivers 2, which was originally set for a January 20th release, has been delayed indefinitely. The folks at Arrowhead Game Studios discovered a key issue during final tests that fell below their standards, and they have not yet provided a new launch window. Yeah, same thing again. Just more developers pulling it. That way it doesn't go out to the market uncompleted.
Yeah, good for them, man. Yeah, I need to hop back in on that game one of these days.
Honestly, yeah, Helldivers 2. They've added a lot since we've stopped playing.
Yeah, it was a fucking blast too, man. So.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right, next up, Bungie has officially confirmed that its extraction shooter Marathon will launch on March 5th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. The announcement was accompanied by a new gameplay trailer and a reveal that the cast includes Jennifer English, Roger Clark, Neil Newbon, and Ben Starr. The game will launch at $40 and will support full crossplay and cross-save from day one. Now, last I checked, which was 2 days ago, the game was on the top sellers list on Steam in 6th place. So
really?
There's definitely a bunch of excitement around this one. And if any of those names sound familiar to you, Jennifer English, she was in Exhibition 33. Most recently, she won Best Actress at the Game Awards for, oh shit, what's the character's name?
Mael, I think.
Mael, yeah. So yeah, she played her. She played Shadowheart. Roger Clark, do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
That's Arthur Morgan right there. And
oh, nice.
Yep. Neil Newbon was Astarion in Baldur's Gate, and Ben Starr, I think he was also in Exhibition 33, perchance.
Very nice. Now, is this primarily just an extraction shooter, or will this have a single story campaign as well?
You can go in like solo.
Oh,
but
okay.
I guess the game is designed for 3-person squads.
Yeah.
And it says that if you go in by yourself, it's going to be way more difficult as you'll be facing both AI enemies and full squads of rival players. So
Damn.
not
So
recommended.
there's a challenge there for solo players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Extraction shooters aren't my forte, but I will say the game does look visually appealing. It looks really cool.
Yeah, can't say that you're wrong there, man. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one and see if they actually stick the landing. It looks like people are really stoked on it. So
Absolutely.
very cool.
I'm gonna be paying attention to clips of this. All right, chat. Let's move on to this week's releases. January 23rd, we've got Ebola Village by Indie Game Studio. Coming out for PS4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. Already available on PC. Same day, we've got Escape from Ever After by Sleepy Castle Studio, coming out for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch. Then again, on the same day, we've got Banquet for Fools by Hannah and Joseph Games, launching out of early access on PC. And then again, same day, Nested Lands by 1M Bits Horde launches into early access on PC.
And then on January 26th, we've got High Guard by Wildlight Entertainment coming out for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Good luck, High Guard. I still haven't seen anything from your team. And then on January 27th, we've got Rightfully Barry Arms by Daylight Basement Studio. Launches out of early access on PC and comes to Xbox Series X and S. Then same day, we've got Earth Must Die by Size 5 Game coming out for PC. Then same day again, we've got Speedball by Rebellion. Launches out of early access on PC and comes to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Next, we've got Underground Garage by Bearded Brothers Games, launching out of early access on PC. Tell me what's on the 28th, Tony.
You got it, brother. We got Core Keeper by Pugstorm coming out for Switch 2. It's already available on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch 1. Dispatch, by Ad Hoc Studio coming out for Switch and Switch 2. It's already available on PC and PS5. Steel Century Groove by Sloth Gloss Games. They're trying to tongue twist me right there. Ain't happening.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I read it like that too.
Like what?
Steel Country.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
my eyes went dyslexic for a little bit.
Yeah, and not just that, but even the sloth gloss. Like, I feel like that could have been bad for me right there. It could have been like. Anyways, it's coming out for PC. That's Steel Century Groove. And finally, on the 28th, we've got The Midnight Walkers by One Way Ticket Studio. It launches into early access on PC. Back to you.
On PC. Let me tell you what's coming out on the 29th, Tony. We've got Cairn by The Game Bakers coming out for PC and PS5. Then the same day, we've got Grid Legends by Codemasters coming out for the Switch 2. It's already available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Next, we've got I Hate This Place by Rock Square Thunder coming out for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch. And then on the same day, we've got Perfect Pencil by Studio Sema coming out for PC and Switch. Next, we've got Don't Stop Girly Pop by Funny Fintan Softworks coming out for PC. And then lastly, we've got Our Burial Dolls Remastered by Granite coming out for PC.
That's a lot
I
of stuff.
apologize. Yeah, that's a lot. I apologize for mispronouncing that name if I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't help you on that one, brother. I would have probably pronounced it the exact same way as you did.
I think it's Granat.
But Escape from Ever After is very obviously Paper Mario inspired, so you might want to take a look at that one when you get a chance.
Oh, that is very Paper Mario-like. Shit, that's right up my alley. Right into my wish list.
Now, I know you mentioned it earlier and you wish them good luck. I'm curious about High Garden, buddy.
About High Garden, buddy.
I wonder if it'll just show up and get shit kicked or if it's gonna do good. you know? Yeah, I'm thinking that keeping their head down and letting the game speak for itself was a good move considering all the hate they got, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think so too.
Yeah, it kind of feels like no matter what they said or showed after that was just bound to get more shit, you know?
I think so. Probably have some possibility of being misconstrued.
Yeah, people are just gonna rip it apart no matter what they said. Plus, the game is free. I think we were originally under the impression that it would be a $40 buy-in like marathon, but apparently not. So they have that going for them.
Oh, That's good. I think you and I had talked about that the other day too, where I think the only way High Guard could potentially survive is if it was like a free to play model game.
I think that's the conversation I think that's coming to mind. Yeah,
That's a good
I'm
move.
interested to see what people within that ecosystem think of it and how it stacks up to the competition. It's nothing we're interested in, but hey, Dispatch on Switch, man, I might just get that shit.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, Tony would love that.
Yeah, I might get that. And
You're a big-
Cairn, you see Cairn?
Cairn. Tell me about Cairn.
That mountain climbing game. There's a demo on Steam. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, I do remember this. This looked really cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Might be fucking with that one too.
Yeah,
that looks like a
climbing
PS5
simulator.
ass game right there.
Hell yeah, dude.
What are you playing, Oscar?
Me, sir, I've been playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I've had the Monster Hunter itch for like more than no, it hasn't been more than a month. You're a fucking psycho, Oscar. What are you talking about? I've had it for a couple weeks now, and I'm obsessed with Monster Hunter. I'm in high rank now, thankfully, and I'm just going around fighting baddies and doing a lot of the side missions for the game, and also just kind of increasing my hunter rank. I believe I'm hunter rank 29 right now, and then I'm just trying to progress my way to where I can unlock more main story missions. Recently, I think one of the ones that I unlocked was Mizutsune, and that was a fun fight. I love fighting Mizutsune, bro. If Mizutsune is a long, slender, like serpent-style wyvern. It can't fly. It's on all fours, but it has an ability to produce bubbles, soap, and like these giant bubbles, right? And it throws them at you. And it's really interesting because during that fight, you have to kind of navigate the terrain around these bubbles, because if you get hit by them, they'll proc a status effect on you that makes you slippery, which makes it a bit harder to hit the Mizutsune, because you'll try to like swing your sword, but you'll just be sliding on the ground as you try swinging it.
Oh, that's sick. So
Yeah.
It'll give you a little unwanted momentum.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you got to try your best not to hit those. One of the reasons I love Monster Hunter is because they go into so much detail about like the ecology and why monsters are the way they are. So because Mizutsune eats a certain type of fish, it can produce flames within its body, right? And that's why it can also produce these bubbles. It can produce flaming bubbles as well with like blue fire, and if they hit you, you get fire blight, I believe. So you just start taking fire damage over time.
Okay.
And you'll see it as you progress through the fight with Mizutsune. Its eyes start to glow because it's producing more of that flame within its body.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see its eyes with like a ghostly like blue flame, and it looks so sick, bro. I love Capcom like with their Monster Hunter series, bro. They go into so much detail with everything. That was such a fun fight, and then the music for Mizutsune itself is a treat. I love it. I loved fighting him in Rise, and I love fighting him again in Wilds. I would say it's like semi-open world where the maps are connected together and you can go from one locale to another. Mm-hmm. But you can pretty much free roam around the map and find monsters kind of in their natural habitat. And you can start quests out in the field instead of having to talk to your handler. Where traditionally Monster Hunter, you have to talk to an NPC to start a quest, and then you get sent out into the map. But the map is now integrated into everything that you do. It's less loading screens, essentially.
Okay. And when you're playing with somebody else, or when you're playing online, have you noticed any hiccups, or is it performing pretty well? Any disconnects, anything like that?
No, for me, it's performing perfectly. Honestly, the experience has only been like really positive. I love playing online. That's usually mostly how I hunt monsters, because I'm not confident enough to fight some of the harder monsters.
Yeah.
By myself, mostly because I just don't build for it. That's also something I love about Monster Hunter, is if you hit like they call it your first wall, I guess, or where you find a monster that seems just insurmountable. You can build against that monster. Like you can build certain armor sets and equip certain skills to your character that'll make it easier for you to fight this monster. That's something. Yeah, I really really enjoy that about Monster Hunter. So like if there's ever a time where I'm just getting one shot all the time by like a specific monster, I know that I can just go back, spend a little bit of time to do research and create a new build that'll help me fight this monster more optimally.
That's sweet. Are you still incorporating the little AI bot helper guys?
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet, dude. I like that.
'Cause they're
That's
like-
an option.
It's crazy because you can even select the type of hunters that you want. If I want, I can pick, like, I think out of 8 of them, I can pick specific ones to come along with me, or I can just have it be all random. And it's cool because they each all have like different weapon types. Like somebody has a gun lance, somebody has a sword and shield, somebody has the long sword, different things like that. So I can really like pick and choose, who's better optimized for fighting this type of monster, who's going to make it easier for me. It's nice having them there because they won't come with you outright in the quest. You have to fire an SOS flare first, and then those bots will be there kind of just as a placeholder, because then when real players come and help you, they'll immediately leave you, because they're being replaced with an actual player.
But you can have a few real life players and still have some bots there with you, right? Like,
yes,
overall?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dude. Overall, having just a really fun time. Tell me about where you're playing.
I'm playing, I haven't played really anything this week. To be honest, I haven't had much time for it. But I said a while back on the show that I played a little bit of this game called Thank Goodness You're Here. And I said that I would talk about it, but I never got around to it. So I figured I would just kind of take my time here to give it its due, because it was such a fun game. I finished it. It was really short. It took me maybe 4 hours, but I'm pretty sure you can beat it in 1 hour if you aren't a fucking derelict like I am. So Thank Goodness You're Here is developed by a 2-man studio out of Yorkshire, England, called Coal Supper. And the game is available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. It's also currently available on PS Plus, in case anybody subscribes to that. But yeah, I'll tell you first, the only things that weren't great about it, and they're probably all due to just me playing this on a base model Switch. The transitions between districts are a bit sluggish. You can totally tell that the Switch's hardware was working really hard to keep up with all the animations. So there's noticeable like frame drops, and that was pretty common throughout the game, not just with crowded areas either. There was also a bit of input lag from time to time, not too often, but I noticed it, which I think was due to the frame dips. And the real issue there lies in the fact that the game itself relies very heavily on comedic timing. So when the frames dip like that, it could kind of fuck with the punchline,
Yeah.
But with that said, maybe don't play this game on the base Switch. Anywhere else, and you're sure to have a much better experience performance-wise. Aside from that, the art has this hand-drawn look to it, which I really liked. The game is at times laugh out loud funnier than shit. Even the initial screen you see when you turn the game on for the first time got me chuckling. Like, it's just like you turn the game on and there's an immediate laugh right there. At least out of me. I thought it was fucking great. It's gold. And so you play as this tiny yellow guy who I think is a salesman. And the game starts off in your boss's office where he's telling you about a business trip you're about to take. And once he's done, he's like, all right, man, get going. And you're trying to find a way out of this office building room. And the only way out is to dive out of a fucking 10th story window. Like, after that, you're waiting for the mayor of this town that you visit, but it's going to be a while, right? That's basically the setup to the game. You want to see the mayor. Going to be a minute, the receptionist tells you. So you just kind of go wander the town to kill some time, and you meet a bunch of people who are always so happy that you came along, and everybody's like, hey, thank goodness you're here. And then they tell you about their plight, and you just got to help them with whatever weird shit they're doing. And the tasks are all fucking ridiculous, and the only way you can interact with anything or anyone is to slap them. It's and the running jokes throughout the game are fucking great. There are advertisements literally all over the place within the game world, not like real world advertisements, but there's shops everywhere and little signs everywhere, and it doesn't matter what it is. Everything costs 10 bob. Everything.
Everything costs 10 bob.
Everything costs 10 bob.
What the hell?
Which is it's like British slang for 10 shillings or whatever. But yeah, everything. A pack of smokes, 10 bob.
10 bob.
Fucking
damn, what kind of market they running here?
Everything is 10 bob. So stupid. There's plenty of sexual innuendo throughout the game without being crude. There's like there's this feud between two pie selling companies. One sells really big pies and the other one sells really small pies, and that's like their thing, right? But there's like penis envy jokes throughout your interactions with the owners and stuff. It's so funny. There's a guy who you watch slowly come to terms with the fact that he has a massive head.
What the hell?
I know, dude. The game is hilarious, dude, and it ends with this crazy musical number that's entirely interactive. It's so funny, dude. Especially if you get a kick out of British humor or enjoy the accents and all that. This dude, it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. And oh yeah, there's these two sisters that are just absolutely terrible to each other throughout the game. And I was in stitches when this one called the other one a proper bitch. She's like, "You're a proper bitch," and she said it through tears. And she had that speech hindrance that cartoons have when they wear braces and shit. Like, you know,
You're a proper bitch.
"You're a proper bitch," dude. It was so funny, man.
The Brits.
It's so good, so good. But yeah, ultimately, I would recommend this game to anyone looking for a really short experience that's funny as all hell. If again you're into British humor. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend playing it on the base model Switch.
Yeah.
It's usually $20, but I've seen it drop to about $12 before on Steam. So depending on, you know, what you consider worth your dime, that might be a bit much to ask some people for such a short game. But I think the jokes and the laughs you'll get out of it are very much worth the money. So yeah, thank goodness you're here, man. Awesome game. I loved it. I loved it.
Now I know why it's called Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yeah, this is what everybody says to you when they need your help.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so
The
great,
world's
dude.
best salesman.
Yeah, and all you do is slap everybody and slap things. That's your only way of interacting. You don't say anything ever. You're just this little tiny yellow guy just smacking shit. It's hilarious. All right. What do we say we move on to the news and rumor mill?
Yes, sir. Let's get right proper down to the news and rumor mill.
Right and proper.
You proper bitch. That's grand.
It is. M1 Garand.
Tell me about our first news and rumor, Tony.
You got it. Number one, following a massive organizational, operational, and portfolio reset, Ubisoft's shares plummeted by over 33%, causing the company's market cap to fall below 1 billion euros. The shuffle included the cancellation of 6 projects, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake among them, and the closure of Ubisoft Stockholm and Ubisoft Halifax. The restructuring also triggered layoffs at Massive Entertainment, Red Lynx, and Abu Dhabi, alongside a new mandatory 5-day return to office policy. Adding to the instability, tenured veteran Julian Garrity has officially exited the company to lead EA's Battlefield Studios following the tragic passing of Vince Zampella, though Ubisoft, IB Hard, insists development on the Division 3 remains unaffected.
Oh, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft, IB Hard. Come on, man.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about that. That makes sense.
Oh, man.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. The first time I did that, I thought I was so clever. I'm like, oh, you clever fucking bastard,
you clever bitch.
But yeah, there is quite a bit here. So
Bloating, man.
yeah, no joke.
No Prince of Persia remake.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, man.
It's so strange to me that you would cancel a game that I think everybody has been wanting a sequel to or a remaster.
But also, if all the rumors that I'd been hearing over the months were true, like this thing was about ready to shadow drop soon.
Yeah, like why would you do that? This could have made you back your money potentially.
Maybe, I don't know.
It makes no sense to pull the plug on it.
I mean, their posts that they made said that it just wasn't up to snuff. But yeah, that sucks, man. That really sucks. I really hope that the Black Flag remaster is still coming, the one that we've mentioned on the show like 400,000 times.
Yeah.
And it's still not out, still not even confirmed. There's no word on that.
There's been no word at all.
Yeah, the consensus is that it's just been delayed a little bit. Also, that Assassin's Creed game that's supposed to be focused around witches or whatever, I think it's, it's like codenamed Hex or something like that.
Appropriately named.
Dude, I want that shit. Since Ubisoft, IB Hard said that they want to focus on multi-billion-dollar franchises, I think it's safe to assume that one is safe.
Yeah, if it's got the Assassin's Creed name on it, yeah, it's definitely safe.
Yay, says I, because I would fuck with that one. If it's like some Salem witch trials type shit, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, the funniest thing to come from this story is that out of all the cancellations and delays, apparently Beyond Good and Evil 2, which has been in development for almost 18 fucking years, is safe.
Ouch. Wow.
Like, that one's okay. They're gonna keep putting money and resources into that one.
It's probably one of those things where it's like they've worked on it for so long, they might as well just follow through.
I guess. I wonder how much money they actually put into that so far.
18 years? That's a long time.
Yeah, dude. I think that, yeah, it was teased in like 2008 or something like that. And then it was like reintroduced to the public in 2017 or some shit like that. It's ridiculous. So
Crazy.
Yeah, there's just so much to this story. What else? More jobs being lost. That's always wonderful to see. I looked it up, and the gaming industry alone saw between 9,000 and 11,000 jobs lost last year, and most of them came from North America. It's always sad. It's always sad to see that type of shit, man.
Absolutely.
And then I read up on this Garrity fella, Julian Garrity, and he's been in the industry for 27 years, and most recently he was the executive producer for The Division, like as a brand. And just before he bounced over to Battlefield, he said The Division 3 was a fucking monster project. And then he just jumped ship.
No way.
Yeah. Then he's over in helping out the Battlefield studios. And so the Division community, like the folks that love those games, I heard those games fucking rule. That community is pretty worried from what I've seen.
Yeah, that sounds really scary.
Yeah, but then folks on the flip side, on the Battlefield side, are mostly optimistic about him succeeding Zampella. So
yeah,
whole lot of weights and
it's a give and take situation.
Yeah. Did you want to touch on anything else about this story before we move on?
No, I think you've hit everything.
Okay, back to you.
Excellent. Back to me. Number 2. This is a leak. Credible leaks for the 2026 Fortnite roadmap suggest a pretty fucking substantial year of crossovers, including collaborations with Chainsaw Man and One Piece. Data miners have also uncovered files pointing to a Warner Brothers partnership that would bring in characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck alongside a new basketball-themed game mode. Other properties rumored to be in development for 2026 include Regular Show, Overwatch, and even potential Minecraft mini-season to close out the year. Dude, that's fucking sick. Chainsaw Man and One Piece? One Piece is fucking massive.
Yeah, dude. From what I saw, Monkey D. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, I think is how you pronounce her name?
The trio,
Yeah, they're all rumored to headline Chapter 7 Season 2.
No Sanji, but they obviously need a babe to drop alongside.
Yeah, the Netflix series, did that get a second season yet? Did that drop?
It hasn't dropped yet, but the second season's been confirmed for a while now.
Okay. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not positive, but maybe they are gonna drop in Fortnite around the same time the second season is gonna drop on Netflix. The show. Yeah, maybe they're gonna time it well like that.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be getting it this year. Hopefully sooner than later, because I've been waiting for that shit for a long time.
There's a confirmed Chainsaw Man jam track for their Fortnite festival mode, that Guitar Hero kind of mode. So some folks think that might have been what it is, but others are saying like, nah, there's character skins in early development that'll drop later, if not near the end of this year, for Chainsaw Man characters. But that is happening. So
very nice.
Yeah, not sure about that yet.
Might get to see Denji and Makima.
I'm so out of touch with that one. I'm not familiar with any of them.
Chainsaw Man's a weird one because they got the first season and then it recently had a movie, but it's been kind of silent the past couple of years. It hasn't gotten a season 2 or anything, even though I would say it is a very popular show. It hasn't really gotten much love in terms of content.
Gotcha.
At least I could be wrong. It seems like that to me. Could you imagine Regular Show in Fortnite, dude? Playing as Mordecai,
or
Dawn.
Rigby.
No, not Rigby. It would have to be Dawn. Rigby's too short.
Yeah, Dawn. That's true, huh? That's true.
Oh my god. I still remember when they first introduced Dawn. They had him in the fucking car and he looked like he was gonna be the same height as Rigby, and then he steps out and he's just this fucking Adonis, like Oh my god.
Dude, or whatchamacallit, because don't they have little companions that you can have with you now? Like Towel was one during the South Park season in Fortnite. Maybe they have Rigby as one of those or something, like little tiny Rigby, or maybe he's a backpack. You could just wear him like on your back the whole time or something like that.
I could see that. An accessory. Yeah, they'd have to have like Mordecai, Don, and like Skips maybe.
Maybe.
Skips would be fun to see because then they would have to animate like his own walk cycle for him.
That'd be awesome.
You'd have to skip everywhere.
Give me the entire cast of Planet Chaser, Starlight, excellent.
Starlight, excellent. All day, every day.
All day, every day. I love that. Or
oh, that's
fuck
great.
Benson, dude. Benson couldn't be one, could he? Do you think? Maybe.
No, I think Benson could definitely be one. Yeah.
A whole wheat donut.
Get back to work or you're fired.
I love that.
Oh Lord, I can't wait to see that if that's true.
Yeah, the basketball thing coupled with Bugs, Daffy, and I think Lola is another one. You'd think that's obviously a Space Jam thing, right?
Space Jam, yeah, that's a Space Jam reference.
Apparently, some files are suggesting that it's a crossover with Fall Guys. In case anybody doesn't know, that's another Epic Games owned franchise. Yeah, that it might be a like featuring some of their little goofy mechanics or physics or whatever. That's what some folks are saying. Yeah, I don't know.
Give me a Space Jam.
Space Jam would make a lot of sense. But yeah. Maybe there's some Fall Guys stuff in there too. What's another one? Oh yeah, Overwatch collab. That would be pretty huge. Those skins would sell like a motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And holy shit, dude, like Minecraft. That crossover would likely be some next level shit right there.
It would destroy the internet. Fortnite's a crazy ass fucking game, dude.
It is.
They can't keep getting away with it.
They could do something really cool with that.
Yeah, with Minecraft. Yeah, just recreate the entire map, but as a Minecraft world.
Exactly.
Generated in blocks.
Like they did with Lego when they did the Lego crossover. All the characters and everything that they've already had in the game, they all got little Lego versions of them. That would be so sick with Minecraft.
Yeah, and it would fit because I think what you use in Fortnite. It's been a long time since I've played Fortnite, all right, but if I remember correctly, you use a pickaxe to break things apart, right?
Ooh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, so it would fit. Yeah, and imagine you can get like a skin for your pickaxe where it's the fucking diamond pickaxe instead. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Dude, anyone into Fortnite, it looks like you have a lot of good shit on the horizon.
You're lucky.
So
you live a good life.
Number 3, multiple insiders report that a native port of Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece by Square Enix is already finished and heading to the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. This collection would finally ditch the cloud versions of the original Switch in favor of a full offline experience containing the entire Darkseeker saga. If the Integrum Masterpiece rumors are true, the collection would include, have mercy, I'm gonna try my best. All right. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix includes Kingdom Hearts 1 Re-Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2 Birth by Sleep, and cinematic retellings of 358 over 2 days and Recoded. Did I get that?
Yes, you got it all right.
Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. What the what the fuck is that? Is that the name of one of them?
Yeah, that is the name of one of them.
Holy shit. That includes Dream Drop Distance HD fuck's sake. 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, and the back cover movie. And it'll also include Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind DLC, the grand finale of the Xehanort storyline. Holy shit. This is actually all you. So, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts has never done a good job with naming their games. They've always made everything really confusing. Because you take all of these names, you put them in a list, and you could not tell me where. Maybe you could tell me where 2 of them lie in the story, but because they are all like, what's the word? They follow each other. They're sequential.
Okay.
They do follow a story.
There's a timeline.
Yeah, there is a timeline, but you could not tell me where, like, which one starts.
Why 2.8?
2.8.
Why? Why not?
2.8 low-key kind of pissed me off when it came out because it was supposed to be like a filler game between the release of the third one, and I don't remember what the hell the oh lord, what was the last game that came out before 2.8? Was it, oh my god, what was the name of it?
It's not on this list.
Dream Drop Distance, I think it was, which was a game for, it was a game for the DS originally. See, I don't even know. It's hard it's hard to remember because I used to know everything, but not anymore. It's hard to remember, but I think Dream Drop Distance was the last game, and then the in between from that to the third game was 2.8 Birth by Sleep.
It's just beyond my realm of understanding, and I'm content with keeping it that way. But are you excited about this? Is this something that you would get for the Switch 2?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts is it should be for handhelds. I think poisonally. This is because like this is hours of content, bro.
Oh yeah, that looks like 400 games.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours of content. I think there's even like 2 movies mixed in.
Yeah, they're included. It looks like.
Yeah, they're included.
Cinematic retelling of some psychotic fucking worded title.
Yeah, 358
Crazy.
over 2 days and Recoded. Recoded, I think, was a phone game, but not phone game as in like smartphone game. I'm talking phone game as in like flip phone game.
No shit. But it looks like it says cinematic retellings of those two, so those games aren't included.
So you wouldn't have to play the games now because they don't exist anymore.
Okay, so there's a little bit of mercy in there.
Yeah, there is.
Cool.
Like if you just want to watch the film, you can get that story. But no, this is really cool. I'll probably pick it up for the Switch too.
Cool. I really look forward to hearing you try to make sense of any of it.
Piece together the story.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. People have tried.
It's literally impossible.
It's impossible. What's his name? Tetsuya Nomura?
What about him? Does he have something?
Fuck that guy.
Does he have his hand in this shit?
Yeah, he's got his hand in this shit.
What the fuck is
This is all him.
I thought you were better than this, Tetsuya.
He's a psychopath, dude. He's a fucking psychopath. I think the reason it's so convoluted like this is because at some point in the story they wanted to move away from the Disney aspect of the game. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what they're going to do with Kingdom Hearts 4. They're going to take it away completely from the Disney World type stuff that they were doing for the longest time. But that's it for me. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
That's okay. I think I survived. I think I'm still here.
All right. Shall I move on to the next?
Please.
Okay. This is just a rumor, ladies and gentlemen, but data miners have discovered a new model code OSM hidden within the official Nintendo account portal. Since the standard console uses the identifier B, many believe this tag stands for ounce small model, hinting at a budget-friendly Switch 2 Lite that could be revealed later this year. Others suggest it might be an OLED model, but a 2026 reveal for a premium mid-gen upgrade would be really early compared to Nintendo's usual hardware cycles. And I would have to agree with that sentiment. I think a Switch 2 Lite would make more sense in this market, but imagine they have to increase the price of their consoles, and then the Switch 2 Lite is now the normal price as the original Switch 2, and then the Switch 2 is worth even more. Because of price hikes.
You actually took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say that exact same thing. Yeah, I had to do some digging in it. And from what I'm to understand, the Switch 2's pre-release code name was Ounce. So so the theory that OSM stands for ounce small model just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to bring up about this is that I think it was you that told me in Japan, handheld gaming is very much preferred. So yeah, releasing a Lite option would help Nintendo pretty much dominate that region.
Absolutely.
But some arguments on the contrary say that it's a little too soon for Nintendo to create a cost-effective, smaller version of the Switch 2's internal chip. So they're saying if the Lite does come out soon, it likely won't be much smaller or easier on the battery than the current model is. So, but yeah, I'd be shocked to shit if they announce any OLED model anytime soon.
No, that'll be a couple of years away from that. Probably. Yeah, I think this one will probably follow in the same light as the Switch Lite. It'll have everything the same, just that you can't detach the Joy-Con and you can't dock it.
Yeah, that's all we got for the show. Let's glitch the fuck out of here. What do you say?
Let's round it up. Let's glitch out. Ladies and gentlemen, check us out on TikTok and Instagram at Glitch Ass Entertainment. You can now listen to us on every major podcast platform. Let us know if we missed one. Please consider leaving us a good review. Just stop the podcast here. Put that review in and come right back. We won't go anywhere. We'll literally be here all night, all day. For you, baby.
And remember, you can talk with us about anything. Any comments, questions, critiques, or suggestions are all very welcome. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay informed on more glitch-ass content. Till next time, keep gaming and glitching. See ya.
I know I'm going to regret that last bit.
What? Kissing the camera?
Yeah.
I'm keeping
My
that
lady's
in,
going to
too.
have that shit on repeat. That's okay. By all means, please do.